There was a mass shooting at a mosque yesterday, and if you search this event up, you'll find out all the information you need to know about the victims, the motives, and they'll push this narrative that it was Islamophobic. But if you want to learn more about the suspects, and typically in every criminal case, any mass shooting case, in any crime case, what the FBI or the detectives do is they learn every single information they possibly can about the suspects, their height, their weight, their political beliefs, their demographic, their living situation, their work, their job, all that stuff, and their gender. And in this instance, these two shooters were transgender. And so, if you search this event up and if you try to find out, well, and it's been confirmed that they're transgender, but for some reason, all the search engines, all the media outlets are hiding the fact that they are transgenders. And so, you have to ask yourself, why is crime from transgender community on the rise, not just in 2026 but also in 2025? And when I say 2026, I'll give you some events. We could talk about the mass shooting that happened in Tumblr earlier in February. We could talk about the mass shooting that happened at an ice hockey game where Robert Dorgan pulled out a gun and shot his wife and his kid. We could go back to even Tyler Robinson, who killed Charlie Kirk. Now, he himself wasn't trans, but he had a trans lover. And so these are just examples that we continue to see violence from non-binary, trans, whatever the heck you want to call yourself, fairy dust identities, that the violence from them has continued to skyrocket. Look at how many people have been killed by trans folks versus ICE just alone this year. We had 2 incidences by ICE, and you had over 36 people who were killed by crazy trans. I didn't even mention the fact that you had another crazy trans person trying to break into JD Vance's house earlier this year and tried to harm him and his family with a hammer, but he was neutralized by Secret Service. So when the media starts to hide this information, I think the alarm bells for all Americans just go off, and they are just ringing right now because it's so obvious what they're trying to do. It's this agenda, it's this liberal agenda to continue to hide this information when we should be putting it all out there and keeping a database of all this information that's coming out. Thanks for watching.